Hello, thank you for joining me today. My name is Ari, and today we'll be focused on the feet. So come to stand in Tadasana, mountain pose, at the back of your mat. Feet come about hips width distance apart here, and turn your heels out slightly so the edges of your feet are parallel with the edges of your mat. You can rock forward and back here, finding your balance, and then rooting down with your feet when you're ready. And then from your feet, feel the rest of your bones and your spine stacking in its natural alignment to keep you steady and stable here. Feel the four corners of your feet rooting down into your mat. Connect with your breathing. And then lift up all 10 of your toes. Stretching into the arches here, and then press all of your toes down. Let's lift the toes again, and then press them down. Do that 2 more times on your own. Coming back into your Tadasana, and your hands can either rest by your sides or they can come to your hips if that would help you feel more steady here. So let's lift the big toes, pressing all of the other toes into the mat, and then press the big toes down and lift your little toes up. Press the little toes down, big toes lift up. And then switch, little toes lift, switch, big toes lift. Let's do one more little toe lift, and then press all of your toes down, lift all of your toes up again, spread them out, and then press them down into the mat. And notice if you feel steadier at this point. And then with our steady feet, again, notice the alignment in the rest of your body. You should feel tall and strong and steady here. You can imagine someone comes up and pushes on your shoulder. You should be really steady. You shouldn't waver too much if there's additional weight. Your feet are rooting you down as the crown of your head is lifting you up. Do a little walking exercise here. We'll walk to the front of the mat. So keeping this alignment in your feet and the rest of your body. A lot of times we tend to turn our heels in and turn our toes out as we walk. So try to keep this neutral positioning with the feet as you walk to the front of your mat. Moving nice and slowly at your own pace. Coming to the top of your mat. Then you can walk backwards. You can dance if you like. Coming all the way to the back of your mat. We'll do that a few more times just to notice if this walking feels different than your everyday walking. So you can walk forward again. Just being really aware of your posture and how you're holding yourself. Then go to the back of your mat. You can do a little boogie if you want. And then we'll walk forward one more time. Nice and slowly, noticing how you're carrying yourself. Then you can walk to the back of the mat one more time. Do, 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 do. And then stand here in your Tadasana, arms by your sides, palms pressing forward. Feel your feet rooting down into the earth. Lift all of your toes again, spread them, and then press them down into your mat. Rise up from your torso up, crown of the head lifts to the sky, and feel how your strong foundation keeps your mountain pose strong and steady. I'll go ahead and face you. You can bring your hands to your hips here, or if you'd like, you can move next to a wall or a piece of furniture to help you stay balanced. Shift your weight into your left foot. Send your leg out long, and we'll point and flex the right foot. Moving slowly back and forth, noticing how this feels in your toes, your foot, your ankle. We'll meet with the foot flexed and then roll the foot around in a big circle, whichever way you'd like. We'll switch directions. Noticing how this feels, if there's any tension or perhaps some clicking. It's cold and snowy where I am, so my bones are a little clicky today. Come into stillness with your heel flexed, and then bring the top of your foot to the mat. Toes are pointed backward, and the right knee should be bent. You can press down into that foot. We're stretching the top of the foot into the ankle here. Press down as hard as feels good to you. This can be a pretty intense stretch, so take a few rounds of breath here. Let's lift that foot up, shake it out, and place it down on the mat. See? A little clicky. Find your balance. Shift your weight into your right foot. Send the left leg out, and then point and flex the left foot. Right foot is keeping you balanced and rooted here. Let's meet with the left foot flexed, and then move the ankle around in a big circle. Switch directions. Coming back with that foot flexed, and then we'll tuck those toes back, pressing the top of the foot into the mat. Breathe deeply here. Notice if this side feels different from the other side. Let's release that foot, shake it out. Whew, you can shake out both legs and your arms if you'd like. Come to stand in Tadasana one more time. Rooting your feet down, finding neutral positioning with those feet. Notice how your strong foundation feels. Next, we'll meet on the ground. Grab a block if you have one. We'll come into Virasana, hero's pose. So you can use a block if you'd like, placing that under your hips. Knees come to touch, legs wrap around your block, toes point to the back. If you don't need your block, you can bring your hips to sit down in between your feet. But sometimes that can be a little too much of a stretch on the knees. So find your pose, rest your hands comfortably on your thighs. Sit bones are rooted down, shoulder blades draw down your back, crown of the head lifts up to the sky. Lengthening the knee joints and the ankle joints here. You can either stay here, or if you'd like, you can bring your hands behind you, leaning back, deepening the stretch just a little bit. Keeping the knees pressed firmly into your mat. One more deep round of breath here. Lift your torso up, Remove the block if you had it. And then let's tuck the toes. You can use your hands to assist those little toes forward. Heels come directly under your sit bones. Rest your hands on your thighs. Your sit bones root down, the crown of your head lifts up to the sky. Now this pose can be pretty intense on the feet, so if it's too much, you're welcome to lift yourself up, give yourself a little break, and then you can come back into it when you're ready. Take a few deep rounds of breath here. Soften your jaw, soften your shoulders, strengthening your arches here, lengthening the sides of your feet. Let's gently come forward onto the hands. You can shake out your feet or tap them on the ground. And next we'll come down to a seat. Bring the soles of your feet to touch, knees come out wide. You're welcome to place blankets or blocks under your knees if you'd like. And then give yourself a nice foot massage. Making sure to get all 10 toes. And focusing on the whole sole of each foot as well. These feet do so much for us. It's only fair that we should give something back to them. When you're done with your foot massage, you can come into a comfortable seat. And we'll take a few moments here to listen to our feet, check in, notice how they're feeling now. Take a deep inhalation through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Bring your palms to touch at heart center in Anjali Mudra. And send a little thank you down to our beautiful feet. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.